Hi everyone, it's Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils. So today I thought I would show you a make from one of our new stencils for 2023. This is the birthday stencil. Now it's a lot bigger than what the sample is. So as you can see, it's quite a lot bigger. But it's designed that you can actually take this off and you can just use the bee. So if you've got a stamp, beautiful friend or happy birthday and you don't want to make a big long DL card, then you can make it smaller. So what we're using with this is we're using our translucent medium. We're using our glass beads, which give the most beautiful finish, and we're going to be using the Fuchsia. So for this, you're going to need a tray. You're going to need your tools. So we will need our spreader, our stencil tape. I've got a little palette knife, a magnetic sheet. I've already got my piece of card, so I'm designing this to go on a 5x7 card, so a nice small card rather than a big one. So what we're doing first is I've got my positioning of where I want my bead to start, and I know then that I can make this smaller. So this is the section, the area that I want, and then once it's dry I would trim it to fit whatever stamp I wanted to fit on there. So let's make sure you're in shot. Yes, you are. Lovely. So we're going in with our tape and I'm masking it off, and I don't want any of my paste to go on this. So to be nice and quick and easy, I'm just squaring that off there, and then I'm going to do 2 at the top and then at the bottom. Now I always work now on a silicone mat. I just find it easier for me, but you can work on a glass mat as well. You will need a bowl of water to one side, which I have, and I do recommend warm soapy water and a nail brush just to get into all these little areas that the laser has cut for you, so your stencil is nice and clean. I'm going to also be stamping my word in Nocturne Versifying Clair. The stamp I'm actually using is from a set called Hugs and Kisses, and I'm going to be masking off the bee and just using, it seems to be positioned just perfect, and just using the happy birthday part. So let's get this ready. Now you are going to have to leave it to dry. Drying time is probably, I would say with beads, a couple of hours. So do it, put it to one side and then leave it dry, and then you can finish it off. So I've got a good old dollop of translucent medium at the top. When we're using the colour beads, we do stress that it's either translucent or white that you would use them on. If you're on dark card, then definitely the white paste that you need to use, otherwise you'll lose all the colour of your beads. So 45-degree angle, hands in the middle, and you're pulling it towards you, you're not pushing it down, so it's nice and gentle and up. Back in. So all the waste is going back into my pot. I'm not wasting any. Now with your mediums, I do recommend that you don't stir your mediums. I'm checking to see that I've covered everything, and I'm going to gently give it a second swipe. I'm back on. Lid on my medium. Make sure it's nice and tight, and I'm just going to grab a wipe so that I can quickly wipe this, because I'm not prepped. I've actually put my bowl a lot further away than what it needs to be. So they're nice and clean. So the medium it has a glue content inside it. So anything ultra fine, it will adhere to. So you need to get them off your stencils and your tools as soon as possible. I would say just drop them into water and they'll be fine, but you do need to cover them with water. So we're lifting up, we're straight off, that goes straight into water to keep it nice and clean. I do apologise, my stick's going to creak, but There we go, it's gone straight into water. So tape off. I must get some oil from the chair. Right, so these are beads. Now these do go everywhere. So if you've got pets, put a towel underneath and make sure, you know, they don't go on your tables and your glass mats because they are pure glass. I'm gently, and it is really gentle, tapping down. And I'm tapping off. I'm going to go back in for a second because you want to cover all the little gaps. You don't want any little patches at all. And again, and translucent, I have to say, is one of my favourites. I do love translucent. I love using the beads. They are just so classy, I think. And there you go. So let's see. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So you get the most beautiful coverage. So pop that to one side. And as I said, drying time depends on the size of the image and also your temperature of your room as well. That will determine how quick they'll dry. My office is normally like a little hothouse, so it does dry within about an hour and a half. I've got one already prepped here and I've trimmed it off, and this is, if I remember rightly, 14 by 11, so 14 centimeters by 11 centimeters. So we're going to go in and we're going to stamp. So can you see that? Hopefully you can. Lovely. And I'm going to just get my stamp pressed down. So I'm going in with stamp. As I said, this stamp is from a set called Hugs and Kisses, and it's sort of got everything on. It's got a bit of Christmas, it's got a bit of fun, and it's got a bit of happy birthday on there. So I'm going and I'm lining up my stamp to see where I want it. So I'm going to have to lift this up a second just to make sure it's nice and straight, make sure that I'm happy with the positioning. Yeah, I think that'll do quite all right. Okay, so this is the important bit. Get yourself a little bit of tape and you're going to cover your bee. There we go, lovely. Okay, and then you're going to take your ink and you're going to ink up. Gentle taps. Don't want it to flood the stamp. And then we've taken away our bee, our tape off our bee. I'm going to make sure that I've got nothing on there. And then I am going in and I'm walking it. Okay. That I'm happy that I've got good coverage. And there you go. Happy birthday. Take that away. Pop that to one side. I'm going to give that a quick wipe. I clean my stamps, but that's just me. Some people don't, some people do. So it's whatever's good for you. I find if you find that they don't stamp after a while because you don't clean them, give them a nice warm wash under soapy water, clean it off, rinse it and let it air dry. And I'm sure you'll get all the tack and everything back fine for you. So 5x7 card, and I've already matted it. Right, let's try not to splodge this. So let's go. And I'm lining them all up. Try not to get any finger marks over it. There we go, lovely. So again, we're gonna just, so I've got a little bit of black and a little bit of pink on there just to complement it. There we go. And there you go. Nice, quick, happy birthday. So we have applied a little heart, a little die cut heart to the top, just to pull it all together. So don't forget to tune into our Facebook page and YouTube channels for more of our video tutorials.